Είμαστε έτοιμοι?
Ναι.
Έχουμε όλοι τα μικρόφωνά μας. Μια χαρά. Ωραία. I will switch to English. Good afternoon, everyone. The network connects people, and it can enable and facilitate change and innovation. The integrated, tailored services to SMEs are based on the interaction between talentful and dedicated people. It is my pleasure to welcome 4 innovative companies in Thessaly region and Greece in general. Over the next hour, we will discuss your plans for the future, challenges and opportunities you see in the current economic environment, and how the network can support you along your journey. Let's begin with A. Analysis, designs, and manufactures certified sensors for marine, industrial, and defense applications. Focus is on quality, durability, and service of big OEMs around the world. Strong points are high customization and short delivery times. Αριστείδης Ιακώβου, co-owner and sales director of the company, will tell us about the current plans of analysis.
Thank you very much for the introduction. And thank you very much to be here. Thank you a lot, Enterprise Network and Praxis, and of course, Association of Industries of Thessaly and Central Greece. So yes, my name is Αριστείδης Ιακώβου, and together with my sister Anna, we own and run our family business, Analysis. It's in the center of Greece, in Velestino, established in 1990 from our father, Leonidas, and who was an electrical engineer in shipping industry, especially. Analysis specialized in temperature sensors, pressure transmitters, pressure switches, and also custom-made applications. So the applications are, as you said, is shipping industry, EX application, critical applications, industrial applications, and of course now we are expanding fast in defense. All the sensors are certified, Lloyd's Register, EX approved, and now we are finishing our defense certifications during the summer. And our strategy is to deliver innovative sensors. We are investing a lot in R&D, and we want to have advanced technologies. We want to acquire new technologies and implement to our business. So in recent years, we have very good growth in our company, and both in EU countries, and of course we are expanding also in India market right now. So of course to this success, this success story, Enterprise Network helped a lot to this. So thank you very much.
Thank you. The next company I'd like to introduce is Centaur Technologies. According to our mythology, Mount Pelion is known as the land of the centaurs, Kendavri, a place of mystery, wisdom, and knowledge. Centaur Technologies can teach us how to transform the way the world handles harvests. As the creator of the Internet of Crops, the company delivers smart, connected solutions that ensure the quality, safety, and profitability of stored products, from grain to all perishables. Please welcome the company's senior engineer, Δημήτρης Αλεξάνδρου.
Hello. I would like also to thank the association, the Enterprise Greece, for organizing and hosting this important discussion. It's a pleasure to be here among such esteemed panelists to discuss the challenges and opportunities facing SMEs today, and of course as well as the valuable collaborations and benefits that come through working with Enterprise Greece. My name is Dimitris Alexandrou. I represent Centaur. I've been with the company since its early days, serving now as the Director of Engineering. What we are doing at Centaur. Centaur utilizes the Internet of Crops. What is the Internet of Crops? It is a smart post-harvest solution that uses artificial intelligence and cloud technology to transform sensor data into valuable insights. These insights support farmers, food companies, traders, and logistic providers in making better decisions, reducing waste, and ensuring food remains safe and sustainable from farm to consumer. Centaur is currently active across all 5 continents, and this is a milestone that was the original dream and goal of our company's founders. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's now turn to FarmB, a deep tech company born as a spin-off from CERF, Eketa, delivering a scalable AI-powered operating system that coordinates agricultural data, supporting both daily operations and sustainability goals. The company empowers all types of actors, from smallholders to value chain levels, with precision, traceability, and MRV tools for climate and smart agriculture. Professor Dionysis Bόχτης is the founder of the company. Reading testimonials from your clients, from your partners, I understand the significant impact that agri-tech has on agricultural production. Could you tell us how FarmB is transforming the field today?
Okay, thank you, Panagiotis. Thanks also the Center for the invitation. I'm very glad to be here among you. Panagiotis, allow me to start 100 years ago, just to take it slowly, to understand, first of all, the problem that we're coming to solve with this system, which it's very important, and I insist in this because agriculture, it is not a well-known let's say, environment. It's very difficult for common people in cities to understand the problems and what happened out there. So let's say let's go 100 years ago, when we have, after the Industrial Revolution, that slowly goes also to the primary production, we have the mechanization of agriculture, and we start building machines to replace the human workload with machinery. That's very well known. So what it was very well understood at that time, it is that when I increase the size of the machine, I increase the effectiveness. If I increase the size of the field, this again has the same result. So it is the well-known economies of scale. So machines becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But in the case of agriculture, there are some limitations. First of all, when I make a machine bigger, I have a soil compaction. I have degradation of my resources. So it's a problem. It's a physical limitation. If I make huge fields and so on, I'm losing biodiversity. So there's another let's say, restriction on the size and so on. So what was the physical, let's say, next step on that? Since we built effective systems based on this machinery, on this very, very, very nice, system, so the next thing, it was to improve the effectiveness, the efficiency of the system. It is this phrase that says to go from do the right thing, do the thing right. They work together, but it's a completely different thing. So the next thing was to make these machines smarter. So smarter means that I'm not seeing you as a mass here, but I'm seeing you as individual persons, individual plants, individual trees. So we increase, let's say, the analysis of the system. So, and then came this precision agriculture. I suppose that you have heard about this notion, this practice, but it's 30 years now. It is a very, very reasonable, logical, rational practice and so on. In very simple words, what is precision agriculture? If we are 100 people here, and 3 of us has a flu or a symptom, something like that, I provide antibiotics to everybody. So this has no logic at all. So it means I provide antibiotics, I provide agrochemicals or fertilizers or whatever is that to specific plants. A very nice practice, very good to know this stuff. But the thing is that for 30 years now, this was just a theory, not a real practice out there in the fields. And what was the problem? The problem is still this problem, the fragmentation of data. In order to execute a very simple work in precision agriculture, I will not go to very technical stuff. Actually, I need 3, 4, 5, up to 10 different software in order to run another software for the climate, for the weather conditions, another software to be connected with the machine, another software for the drone, and so on. So that was a mess, a real mess, and this stopped people, farmers, to go to this practice. So what we did in FarmB, instead of diving deep in a very narrow technology, for example, AI, it is. I give you an example. I am with my mobile phone. I go to the plant and I see disease there, and I say, "Oh wow, AI can do everything and so on." But this is nothing, because if this information is not connected with the system that makes the decision, connected with the terminal of the machine, of the heart of the system that generates the decision making and so on, it is zero, not almost zero, it's exactly zero. So what we did, we built a huge infrastructure that can host different modules inside there. One module for the climate, one module for drones, one module for machinery, one for satellite images, one for the AI, and so on. And we put all this stuff to live in the same building and connect it with a physical language and talk each other all day long in order to make a decision and so on. So that was the philosophy. We start on that. We are doing, let's say, very well now compared to the short life, 3-4 years of the company. We have already open markets outside Greece. Of course, Greece is a very hard place. It's our pilot case. We are testing everything. We have a huge share of market in digital technology and agriculture here, and we are expanding now in other countries. That was a long story, but I think maybe the time.
Thank you very much. And up next, we have Indeex, and its managing director, Dimitris Karagounis. Indeex was founded in 2020 by a team of engineers who specialized in software development and industrial IoT technologies, Internet of Things. The team utilized several years of academic experience in the field of the Internet of Things to create the platform that 3 years later has helped multiple food and beverage manufacturing industries to excel. The company has built a significant client base in Greece, supporting the growing small breweries and large established companies as well. And I know that you are very extroverted and you have managed some interesting agreements with businesses abroad. Please tell us more.
That is correct. Thank you very much about the invitation, specifically to the Enterprise Europe Network and also the industry, to the Association of Industries. Exactly, that is the initial part of the company. We established in 2020, started as a team of engineers, students in engineering basically, in the University of Thessaly, and a couple, maybe 3 years later, we're currently a team of 10 plus engineers working with F&B manufacturers and mostly with breweries across Europe. So we are currently having customers in the Netherlands, in Belgium, in Germany, in Switzerland. Currently we operate in 6 countries. what we did and what is the concept of the company, what we are currently doing in one sentence, since there are already a lot of very interesting hardware companies like analysis like Centaur, like other industry giants like Siemens, like ABB. And in general, when we walk into a factory, we see millions, maybe tens of millions spent in hardware. So what we're currently doing is to utilizing the data that this hardware provides, push that data into the cloud, and basically deploying a plug-and-play digital twin about the whole plant, about the whole facility. But our current focus is not just, let's say, to visualize temperatures or pressures in just a user-friendly, a nice chart. What we are doing is that we have achieved to proceed with real-time tracking of efficiency, of costs, in other complex parameters like sustainability, like ESG, and in general to proceed with KPIs tracking, specifically for the process of each industry. Currently, as we mentioned, we have really good experience and expertise in the F&B, in the food and beverages, and mostly, as I mentioned, in the brewing process, which is currently approximately 20% of our customer base. And by utilizing that expertise, we have achieved to grab some attention about from the world's biggest manufacturing companies in the equipment side. Started as a startup, we have achieved to onboard by now 3 investors, with one of them being the European. Now it's better. Okay. As I just mentioned, as a startup, we have achieved to onboard by now 3 institutional investors, venture capital funds, and also the European Institute of Innovation and Technology, which was our first backer back in 2020 with the initiation of the company. And we're currently trying to do a scale-up in Europe, but also in other markets that seems to be more interested, and also in a nice growth like Latin America, like Mexico specifically, or US in general. That is a quick overview of what we're doing currently.
Now, altogether, I'd like to invite you to share your insights on the current economic environment, potential challenges and opportunities you see. And because we have some companies operating in agriculture, digital technologies, in the agri-food, could you share your insights, especially for agricultural technology, how it is adapted across the Greek territory? Are you seeing growth in the number of producers, farmers, companies who are digitally mature on operate in this? That's for me. For both of you who operate in the field of...
I can start. Yeah.
Okay. You can start, yes.
Yes, the question is about Greece, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we built, let's say, a system, a very nice digital system that, help a lot the everyday work of the farmer. Independently who is the customer, it may be a supply chain processor or something, the beneficiary there, the user that uses all this and provides all the data and so on, it is the farmer. The thing is, as you travel from north to south, it's completely different, the reason why a farmer uses or utilizes this kind of systems. It is, in the north, they use, our customers, they use that for their production. It is it's a pure operating system for the everyday production outside in the fields. When you go to the south, and especially here in Greece, what the mind of the farmer is not so much on the operation to use the system, but it's his or her connection with the governance, with the state. It's completely different behavior, completely different structure of the system. So it varies, and the problem, we have to be honest, we are not the best performance in building frameworks here in Greece, and we are lacking, there's a huge lack of framework, and this makes not only farmers to be more productive, to do better the job, but also all the startups that are working, or the healthy businesses that try to build around the system. It's very difficult for us. It's very, very, very difficult. And the thing is, since we are talking about agriculture, it's not well respected, this domain here in Greece. For some reason, you can see that for the ministers of agriculture. It's not, let's say, the first line of each one of the governments. It's, it's an empty place that I have to put somebody. That's why the Ministry of Agriculture, it is the one that has changed so many. It has a record of the changes in just every 2 years, because nobody cares. This is the truth. Nobody cares here in Greece about primary production, and this is a very the biggest problem here, since we are talking about Greece.
Thank you very much for your honest answer.
That's the case.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think that I need to also say the same almost things. We are in the post-harvest, so we are talking about the food industry, and we are facing the exact same difficulties and problems that to penetrate the Greek market. I think one reason is that, of course, we are not. Our customers are not technological customers, so first of all, you need to pursue them that technology is there for them to make their life better and more efficient. So this is the first challenge I think that we are facing. The second challenge is that they are waiting, as we also waiting finance from programs, from EU programs, to adapt the technology and make their job better and correct. So this is something that slows down the whole business on that. Yeah. These actually are the two main reasons that I'm finding and facing on the agriculture and post-harvest sector.
Let me insist a bit on this area. Can you describe the quality and quantity of this cluster of creators, of innovators, of digital mature companies who operate in this, who open the way in this? Can you describe the quality and the volume of these companies?
Yes, actually, in our case, we don't have a very big companies that they are introducing such solutions, end-to-end solutions that we are providing. So the big companies, they are having parts of technology that they are giving anyhow to these factories or to these food factories. So this is another problem for us, is to pursue that despite the fact that there are not big players on this side of technology, we can do that for them, and we can help as a big company could do. So, yeah, this is my answer to your question.
Okay, you can give the opportunity to our two other members of this panel, and I wanted to ask from you, besides to describing the economic situation you face and the opportunities or the challenges, tell us more about how many people are currently working in your companies, to have a certain image about the
Okay, so, and as well, we should continue with the previous question about the economic. Okay, in our case, the company is, let's say, is currently growing, so we're just about 10 people. It's not something extremely big, but we're just 1 year commercial and 3 years in the R&D side. About the economic challenges and in general the challenges in Greece, I would say that the first one is what I just mentioned, that basically we as a company to proceed with the product development, to deploy the product, it was approximately maybe 1.5, maybe 2 years in R&D. To fund this product development, 100% of the funds was from venture capital funds. So it is a difficult process to start with, a difficult process to convince an investor to put some money into the company and to, in general, boost that growth. So that is the first one. And the second one, I think so, that probably innovation have not convinced both maybe the country, maybe the companies, the industries in our case. What we're currently seeing from a lot of customers abroad is that there are several grants, several funding opportunities, but not directly with a technology provider. What I mean by that, there's not that the government or someone will came into Indeex, for example, and provide some funding. They provide funding to the end customer. So, for example, we have currently a customer in Denmark, and it is one of the well-known pan-European case studies about the sustainability. It is one of the first carbon-negative breweries in Europe. So what the Denmark government does is to provide funding to that type of companies to buy or to use solutions from technology providers. So it is not direct funding to the technology provider, it is funding but through a customer. So the process is the same. The customer will buy something, will use it, will provide actual feedback, and it is a practical, a straightforward process. It is not just funding for something that will never reach the market, will never be used, and all these processes. But I think that we're in the correct way, probably, but there are several steps ahead to convince anyone that innovation is here and you can do something with innovation. And we understand it quite clearly, I would say, in the last 6 months. November for us was a milestone because we achieved to go as exhibitors in one of the biggest trade fairs in Europe, in Nuremberg. The name is Braubeviale. And what we did there is to present a Greek case study, which is our top performance, let's say. What this industry achieved is to run 2 processes in parallel. The one process, it was approximately 500,000, maybe 600,000 euros in equipment investment to increase production capacity. And the second process in parallel was to use our platform. So they achieve approximately 15% increase in capacity from the new equipment and 20% increase in capacity from the platform by optimizing the KPIs and all this stuff. So by showing that improvements and that results in the European market, in just a quarter, we were in 5 countries. But in Greece, we reached approximately 2 years to reach 5 customers. So it is a difference in the speed and in general in how you...
Did the network help in this process, your company?
In several things, because again, the enterprise network is connected with most of the trade fairs, so there are several opportunities, and of course several networking opportunities apart from the trade fairs in other networking, in B2B events, in matchmaking, so yeah, definitely.
So maybe in Greece things are getting slow. You need to wait to have results, but with the help of the network, you can present your innovative solution to European companies or other companies abroad, and this is a case, I understand well, that works.
Yeah, definitely. And to be honest, in most technological companies, currently most of their focus are in abroad markets. Greece is the great testbed to develop the solution, and not just the solution, to develop even the business model, because it is not a market that is quite familiar with innovation or technology or high-end technology, call it as you want, but is a great testbed to teach basically the company, the team, not just in technological things, but also in how to sell, how to support and all this stuff.
Are all your members of the company based here in Greece, or you have also colleagues abroad?
Currently, all the team members are based in Greece, but since we have a partnership model, we have distributors abroad that basically do all the processes regarding the distribution of the platform. But the development team is 100% in Greece.
Okay. Okay. And Mr. Ιακώβου, you told us you are a member of a family business started in at the beginning of 1990s, 35 years ago. And now, currently, you are interested in this discussion about defense or the dual-use technologies. We know that they are emerging right now. Do you see potential there for your company? Do you see opportunities?
Yes, of course. As I explained earlier, as I told earlier, our company first started with marine industry. Because our father was working in marine industry. So we have the know-how and, of course, the network. The main problem is not having an idea. Everybody have ideas. Very difficult is to produce, to make the prototypes, make the sensors. Anyone is doing anything, software, anything. Nowadays, one of the biggest problems is the network. You have to find people to trust you and implement this technology that you have visualized. So, yes, the main problem is this. The defense is something different. Defense is not so difficult as agriculture, as I heard now. It's easier in this part because they know what they need. It is very specific, detailed specifications, certifications, also in marine industry. You cannot visualize anything. You have to be very strict, very specific. And this is a blade with double edges, because this is very good, but you have to comply totally. You cannot divert to these things. So here came Enterprise Network and Praxi. Mr. Barlas, Ms. Franco, and Ms. Vaiana came in 2023, if I remember well, in our office and explained all these opportunities, gave us a different way of thinking. Because as family company, you know, in Greece, we have different way of thinking. You have to understand that you have to be extrovert. You have to give responsibilities to other people. So they explained us about Horizon programs. They explained us about EDF. Mr. Barlas is still sending us, bombarding with emails. But this is helping because you understand how the things start working, where you have to go. You have to go to different associations in Greece. Greece has defense industry. This is a good thing. We have good defense industry, depending also in our population. And of course, how many billions we are investing every year. So the market is good. Also for an SME, it's very good. Also, Enterprise Network and Praxi help us a lot in extrovert. You have to go to exhibitions because they have to understand who you are. Okay, analysis, who is this? Siemens, everybody knows. But analysis, nobody knows. So somehow you have to sell yourself, sell your company, sell what you are doing. You know that this is a microphone, but you have to sell what is the difference, this microphone, why you have to buy this microphone, why you have to buy this solution, if you understand. So they help us a lot. We apply for the support of extroversion through promotion network actions. It is a program of Thessaly. And 2025, we have our first approval. So I think we will take also, we will participate to trade fairs, and we have a very good help also from government, and the association help a lot. So yes, the challenges in this part is that first of all, we didn't know what we need. This is the main problem for SMEs. You don't know what you need exactly to expand your company. So with all of these things, one angel investor from the USA came to us this was something different with these three companies. We didn't go to the investors. Investor came to us, but we use his smart money, his network. So we are expanding fast now. So the challenges, I think, for enterprise Greece and for praxis now, my idea is to help us further in EDF programs and Horizon programs. Not economically, not the main problem here in Greece, they help us a lot connecting us with other companies. A lot of companies didn't know what we were doing. So if they tried a lot in Malta, in other countries. I don't know the structure of organization, if it is easy, maybe yes, maybe not, but in Horizon programs again and EDF programs, a lot of companies don't know what other companies are doing. So this is just an idea in the back of the head. So this was our story with enterprise and what challenges we had to solve to achieve and go further. So yes, I think that helped a lot.
The Enterprise Europe Network in Greece, the consortium we have, we are constant, and the Enterprise Europe Network in general focuses very much in communication.
Yes.
And we can work with you to promote your achievements, to promote your partnership agreements, everything you are successful in. And I noticed that all of you have well-structured websites, both in Greek and English, that represents that you have a clear positioning of your companies. And I understand also from the discussion that you are very well targeted, looking abroad mainly, but also looking to investors, looking for new opportunities and looking for new markets. But I will give you more time to continue the discussion. You can comment on this.
Now, probably, okay, now it works. Yes, regarding the network, it was, of course, we are a very young partner to network. It's just a couple of months now that we cooperate together. And it was a very nice surprise for us that it's the first time we can see a network that understands, as we said before, the differentiation between the agricultural prime agri-food domain and so on, with a clear industry domain. And that was very nice because we can talk, and this is very, very, very difficult. Of course, on the other hand, you can say that, okay, they are very dedicated to agri-food sector networks and so on. What's there? We are very disappointing for some of these dedicated networks. They are huge. They try to make it huge. There is not this personal communication. You know, as we said before, it is always the link between two persons that make a cooperation. It's not the whole company and the whole network that work. Yes, it's always the person everywhere. It's always the person. So we are very, very lucky. We thank a lot Anastasia for that. Yes, only good words we can say about this cooperation. Although it's young, it is very, very promising. And I'm very honest. I'm not. I will not say that if it was not true. Yes, please believe me on that.
Yeah, from our side, I think that we are the oldest partners, maybe, with cooperation with Enterprise Greece. We had a lot of cooperation all these years, from B2B to exhibitions and trade shows. Also introducing us Horizon 2020, also help us with 2 European Union programs to gain. So everything was very good in terms of cooperation. If we can have a step further on the cooperation, on that cooperation, is that to have much better matching to a potential partners in European programs, like Horizon or other activities of European Committee. That would be one of our proposals
to improve the matching process.
So.
Yes?
Okay. So basically I want to mention two things that is extremely different between them. So the first one, as we all mentioned, it is very helpful, very important to have someone with quite a wide network near you in your town or in your region or in your country in general. What we achieve to do through the European Enterprise Network is to find similar partners or similar organizations abroad. So for the in the last year, basically, with the support of the Enterprise Europe Network, we achieved to do three different trips in the European Union, in France, in Austria, and in Ireland, just to connect with similar organizations abroad. That is extremely different because you can achieve an exponential network through that. It is not someone that is just in your hometown or really close to you. It is an instant connection with a similar organization in a completely other country with other interests, other network, other partners. So that is very, very important, especially now. But I want to mention also something that is quite different because we all mentioning what we will do now and what is important now in a scale-up approach. For us, being a team that started from the university with some engineers, let's say, in their studies, a crucial assistance that we received through the network, it was market validation, which is extremely important, just to get in touch with industries, get in touch with people in such facilities to understand more, learn more about the product, insights, about the use cases and all this stuff. And specifically, the first pilot that we ever did in 2018 was from a connection from the network. So that is really important from a team that is currently starting or is on the startup stage. Those two, for me, is the most important.
We can accept comments or questions from you as well. We can include you in this dialogue. I believe you, until now, yes, of course.
Is it okay without mic?
I will give the microphone to be sure that... Ow. Ευχαριστώ.
Yeah, many of you also spoke about the access to funding, and in particular venture capital. We hear very often that that's a particular challenge for companies in their growth phase. So I wanted to ask a little bit how you have experienced that, how perhaps the EN has helped you with the access to funding opportunities, if that's the case.
Our company is established in 2014, so we have funding from venture capitals as well. Now we are in the middle point of venture capital funding and bank lending. So actually what we need from European Union and Commission is that to have fundings for those companies that they are in the middle exactly of the bank lending and after venture capital investing, yeah. So this is something that that we are really interested to see or to check. I know that there are a lot of programs that they're investing, you know, like Horizon programs and ICs and other programs, but you know, it needs to conclude more companies from the European Union, and especially my opinion on the companies that they are facing this phase between venture capitals and the banking and lending. Yeah.
Θέλει κάποιος άλλος να προσθέσει κάτι για τα θέματα της χρηματοδότησης?
Okay, sorry. Yes. Yes, okay. Sorry. About the funding, sometimes when you all of us, we have invested a lot of money in R&D. R&D is something that you have to try 10 times and succeed one. Maybe less. So, yes, the R&D programs, it should be more flexible so SMEs can accelerate faster. Because big companies don't risk. They want to go to very standard products, very standard ideas. SMEs, small companies, are happy to invest and try something different. Like Nokia. Nokia wasn't implementing the touchscreen because they were thinking that this is a bad idea. Apple implemented this, and now it's so yes. Somehow it will be better to help SMEs in R&D projects, in research and development. I think Horizon is doing this, but the main problem for us, for SMEs, is to find the appropriate consortium. It's very difficult to know us. For example, EDF has more restrictions. For example, you have to use at least from 5 different countries and 5 SMEs. So this is something that is forcing big companies to have SMEs in their consortium. So if you implement small restrictions, it will be start pushing big companies to have more SMEs in their consortium. Thanks.
Another remark from Mr. Bόχτης.
Our case is a little bit different because we are originated for a research center where our job there was to seek funding for Horizons, FP7 and everything. So although we started before 3 years, we have already 1.8 million from Horizon projects to our company. That's why we can keep our people. We have 22, 23 people working that, and this is very essential exactly for research and innovation action and research and development actions and so on. So, of course, we have sellings, we have income and so on. That's why we can cover our own contribution in some innovation actions of Horizon projects and so on. So I'm trying to say that it's very, very essential to use the Horizon money or the European money in a very good and nice way. And there it is something that we need to have that in mind. There are a lot of companies around EU, and EU knows that very well. It is, I can say more than the half of the companies of the SMEs, their own activity, it is to run Horizon projects. And this is a very bad situation, and EU has to take some actions. Of course, there are a lot of actions right now, because they double check all the companies and so on, and they are very reluctant to, or at least they suggest to reviewers to go and seek if they are real companies, if they have real employees there, if they really do some work. And this is something that we have to take into account in the consortia that we are engaged in the proposals and so on. Thank you.
Do we have time for another question? Yes, of course. Oh, yes.
Now? Okay. So thank you very much. Really very interesting. And I would like to ask you, so the four of you have really mentioned how great EN helped you. And even Dimitris Alexandru already mentioned what can be improved. So I would like to know for the three others if you have an advice to our coordinators to improve better or more the services you have received. Just for us, it will be this feedback. If there is something to say, maybe it was so great that nothing has to be improved. But do you have something that could advise the network to do it in a different way or better for the clients that will help all the network and LS network to go on in this great manner. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Tell you are great.
Yes. No, from my part, they help us with things that we didn't know that we want these things, these services. So we didn't know that we could extrovert, how to extrovert, how to enter defense. We didn't know these things. So I cannot tell anything else. We are happy with these services until now. We can pick the phone, call them, explain our problem. We had no issue until now. The only thing I think is that Dimitri said, I don't know if they have this mechanism inside to match better SMEs with projects. But projects that really matters and SMEs that really wants to do this research and these products, not just research to take the money. Yes, I agree. So thanks.
Great insight.
Yeah, and as a small addition on my previous comment, I would just wanted to add, because Enterprise Greece is representing EU here in Greece, so, and I think this is a dialogue now that we can have all together and see the needs. I think that the actual funding can be driven direct to companies or farmers that need to hire or get products from SMEs. This is something that actually, in terms of funding and programs, can be driven on that way. Because, you know, most of the companies, they are taking finance from programs, and they are driving these to really big established companies and the technology that they know that will work for them, and they are not anticipating for any innovation or any new technology adapting on their field. So this actually is something, maybe a new idea to, I don't know, maybe is already utilized from EU in terms of EU, but it's something that we would be interested at least to check that companies have specific money to help SMEs and startups. Thank you.
Κάτι άλλο, do we have something else to add to this conversation? I believe we have. Okay. So we can conclude. Okay, I believe we can conclude now. I'm very glad and I really enjoyed. Even I am the coordinator of the discussion, I managed to enjoy this sincere and insightful conversation. Thank you very much for your contribution and your appearance here today. Thank you very much for your attention. Βοηθήσατε πάρα πολύ στην ειλικρίνεια.